What is one attribute that you think every man should have?
If you are stubborn, that means you're kind of doing everyone else a disservice if you don't.
You just seem more of a man if you...
Us men, we're not really taught.
Hello. So I went around interviewing other young men from different universities to find out what is the one trait that is most important in a man's personality. Now, of course, people did bring up different traits. However, there was one overarching trait and there was one controversial trait that I'll leave for the end. But here were the main answers. What is one attribute that you think every man should have?
To be more stubborn.
A man should have consistency.
A man need to protect.
To be dominant.
Kind of like two words: chivalry or selflessness.
Respect.
Discipline.
A very big integrity.
Integrity. A man should stick by his own words.
Just having that consistent determination to complete something.
I say why?
Integrity. I think that's one of the key core principles to encompassing our faith. Staying true to who you are in Christ.
You can always be an honest person. You want to be able to basically support the people around you.
If you are stubborn, that means you're not swayed easily. A lot of men, especially when it comes to talking with another woman, it's like, yeah, I think this point, and then the woman would say something or get offended, and then they immediately sway to the other side.
Stubborn, it has a negative connotation on it. It just means you won't back down. You believe in something and you're not gonna go back on your word.
For example, if you tell someone you're gonna do something, you need to stick by your own word.
No one really wants to go to the gym. No one wants to be uncomfortable, but you do it in order to get better physically and mentally.
Fix the bed, your laundry, the dishes, whatever. As long as you're consistent with that, you can be consistent with anything.
You also be consistent with every interaction you have. And then you stay true to yourself. You stay true to who you want others to know you as, who you want to be.
And it's important to have respect and know that we're all on different levels. You have to remember what it's like to be down there.
Helping the person behind you, or helping the next person, or trying to do better for the next person.
He need to protect the people that he loves. His mom, his father, his brothers.
Was there ever a really tough moment where you were like, okay, I really need to have this discipline, I really need to pull it together?
ROTC is, somewhat of a joke for the majority of society, and I low-key saw it that way too. And my grades and my performance showed for it. But once I started lock in, put effort, I really enjoyed the process, and I really enjoyed who I saw myself to be. So I had to really strive towards benefiting myself rather than strive towards benefiting someone's perception of me.
It was definitely my schoolwork over COVID. I just kind of let everything rack up. I had a bunch of missing assignments over the course of a couple months. It was almost like a panic attack where you feel like what the fuck am I doing? And then that moment set the course, changed the track.
And it's important to know that no matter how much bigger someone is, they did something to get there, and they're on their own path. And we're all on different paths. And this is something that, as a YouTuber, as a student, as a son, as a brother, as a friend, I tell myself this every day.
When people ask me, are you sure about this? I don't give them a 100% okay. Because sometimes I don't know what's gonna happen. Just if you are sure about something and you know about it fully, you can say, Shkan?
You can say that, okay.
You can say that, okay. You can stick by your own words.
It was specifically from your dad that you learned it from?
Overall, not just my dad, but also my brothers. We're all like this. We all believe that it's important to have this dynamic, have this characteristic, because, others who wouldn't be men.
Me personally, I don't necessarily know too much about my background. My father isn't too open about his past, but my mother, she's very open. So I learned consistency from both of them. But I know me as a man, consistency is a very big part of my life. Because every day I wake up, I know I don't want to get out of bed, but I have to, because I need to do the things I must do.
You're kind of doing everyone else a disservice if you don't take the opportunity to really maximize your full potential and do what you know you can do, but you just don't want to do it.
And a trait that not only connects them all, but is an underlying trait that's very important for all of them is this one.
I definitely think confidence.
I'd say confidence in your beliefs.
Strength within them. Honestly, I'd say confidence. When you project confidence, it makes you seem more manly and masculine. So that's just more, more guys want to be around you, more girls want to be around you. You just seem more of a man if you are confident.
If you're not confident within your ability to do a certain job or be there for your family, then who's going to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself?
Knowing why you believe in what you believe in. We live in a capitalist country, right? And I feel like every single belief that is thrown out at you is used as sort of bait to kind of hook you in, to get you to buy something or believe something, stand for something or fall for anything, right? So to actually encompass that as a human being, you have to have objective and direction, otherwise you're going to get pushed over by anything and everything.
Confidence is the biggest thing. If you're confident and you do something, even if you don't know it, you'll be fine in life, because if you show confidence, then people are going to believe you, even if you're wrong.
Did you have any personal experience where you had to learn confidence?
So, I played baseball pretty much my whole life, and I remember from a very young age, I was like, this is not for me. Because there's slumps like in all sports, you know. You have like high streaks where you're like striking everyone out, or you're getting on base every time when you hit the ball. And then you'll have times where you're just like, you can't connect the ball. Like, even if it was a beach ball, you can't hit it. And so practice gave me that confidence, and once I got that confidence, it kind of turned that page for me.
There's actually a framework by a certain content creator. You might have heard of him, since Alex Hormozy. It's like a viral clip where he says, you know, you don't build confidence by shouting affirmations in the mirror. You build confidence by having a stack of undeniable evidence that says you are who you say you are.
For me, like I played soccer throughout high school and stuff. We'd be playing like a team, for example, that like they're ranked really high, like in the state rankings. You know, you'd like lack a lot of confidence going into the game. When the ball comes to me, I just do like the bare minimum. But as the game went on, I know I got more comfortable. And then that's when, you know, I started playing better. The team started doing better.
Have you had any situations with like work or anything that taught you that?
So I'm currently the VCU public relations intern, and I'm the only male there most of the time. So during the meetings, I'm kind of just there, but over the last few meetings, I realized that I need to stick up for myself if I want something done. I can't just sit there and just let it linger, because if I don't voice it, nothing's gonna happen.
I would say my family, because I'm from Pakistan, their social mannerisms are rooted in survival. There are certain irrational beliefs about that. So for example, like they might say, oh, marry within your own race, otherwise your baby's gonna come out looking like dumb or something, right? Yeah. And so I have to kind of stand up and be like, no, that's not true. I looked into it myself and I'm gonna go with what I need to go with.
And then so a lot of people did say confidence. Do you think that's also important, or how would you tie that in with chivalry?
I guess it all ties back together in the sense that, I don't know. Yeah, confidence, selflessness, in order to be selfless and practice chivalry, you have to kind of speak up in that sense. Speak up when I don't see it being practiced by others or see people acting the opposite ways.
Do you think like honesty and reliability, it kind of has to do with like your confidence levels in yourself?
I would say it does, mainly because a confident person will always be able to rely on themselves, always be able to tell the truth. And I feel like if you kind of lack that confidence, like you kind of go back on your word and you don't stand by what you believe in.
In some cases, it's a type of confidence. Like that man always stuck by his words. So that's why when he says something, you can feel rest assured. So that he means it and he will do it.
Having that discipline, you know, obviously going to the gym or kind of doing all these things when you don't want to do that. Do you think it has built your confidence in them?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people who don't go to the gym don't know you actually improve your mentality. So for like each workout and each rep, you're pushing yourself to do a certain amount of energy exertion than what your mind tells you that you can or cannot do. So that works on like callousing your mind and telling it that, oh, even though I'm uncomfortable and even though it hurts, I can still push through.
All right, and of course, the moment you've been waiting for. So again, this trait is slightly controversial. However, personally, it's a value of mine as well. And I have massive respect for this guy for having the balls to bring it up. And it kind of actually has to do with that. No pun intended. Here is the trait.
The ability to control himself sexually. If a man cannot control his sexual urges, you become a slave to them. And in today's day and age, if you're a slave to your sexual energy, you're a slave to any woman who can manipulate your sexual energy.
Does that come from like a cultural background, or do you get that from a religious background?
I have been studying spirituality for 16 years. And at the end of it, when you're studying spirituality and you're growing through the ranks, there actually comes a point where you plateau and you have to take a period of celibacy to where you relinquish the orgasm and you abstain from sexual pleasure. And I'm in the middle of that right now. You learn about yourself. Us men, we're not really taught what our sexual energy really is. That's the power of all powers. And as long as an advertiser can pay a half-naked woman to stand next to a car or stand next to anything they want to sell, they're pulling at your sexual desires and sexual urges. The same way we can sit a high schooler down and teach them finances, we need to be teaching young adults about their sexual energy and their sexual urges.
Unico, make him subscribe, like, comment, and share, and everything. And I hope you have a good day, everybody.